Hello, 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 and good morning. Hi, I'm a minute early, so I'm gonna ramble for a minute, but any ramble from my side is always gonna be valuable. Good morning wherever you are. Hi, Emily. Good morning. It's not time yet, but I'm outside my regular time zone and I'm traveling and I'm going to be at a workshop. So that's why we're meeting earlier today. And I so appreciate who's here. And I'm on a different device, so I don't even know if I'm looking at the camera here. Tina is here. Leah is here. Good morning, Leah. It's so nice that you can join us. And I'm going to get started in just a few seconds. And until I wait, and if you're watching the replay, say hello as well. Leave a comment below so I know that you're here. And if you have a question or a comment or feedback and I don't get back to you right away, be advised because I am traveling and I'm going to be back in my office officially on Thursday. And if you're new to my show, welcome to the Soul Infused Monday show. My name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre and I'm here to help you set yourself free, shift your energy, and feel vibrant, beautiful, confident, and live the life that you truly desire. And so today I'm going to share 3 of my top decisions I've made that brought me to the place that I am today. And to be honest, I made so many decisions and so many good ones. It's actually not even easy to pick 3. And I will share more with you next week in the Soul Infused Holidays show. So if you don't know about the Soul Infused Holidays show as yet, we are starting next Monday. It's going to be every day, weekdays, Monday to Friday from December 10th until December 21st at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And you do not want to miss this. So if you are not joining live, make sure you carve out 30 minutes every day to watch the replay. It's going to change your life, I promise. Okay. Jennifer, good morning. It's amazing to see you. Love it. Okay, to share real brief when I say what brought me to the place where I am today and to see which decisions made me to get to this place. I also want to say real quick, if you know me or you have followed me, you know I'm very mindful about words, the words that we're using, the words that we say. Some of my friends even say that I'm a pain in the ass when it comes to it. Because I always catch them when they say something like I need to, I have to, or something. But why I'm sharing this is when it comes to words, I sometimes hear from people, and just recently I met someone and he asked me, hey, what are you doing? And I said what I was doing, and I work online and live on an island. And, I obviously I made an impression on him. And he said, oh man, you're so lucky. And I don't know if you hear that, but sometimes people say to me, oh, Sonia, you're so lucky. And then I say, I'm not lucky. That has nothing to do with luck. Where I am today is due to the decisions that I made and the choices I made to get to a certain point and the willingness to go through a lot of pain, through challenges, to all those struggles. So when I say that, I still feel very blessed. And I feel privileged as well to live in the world that we live right now. However, it has nothing to do with luck. And I'm sharing this with you because wherever you are in the world or in your life, it's because of the decisions you made and the choices you made. And it's not only our conscious choices. That's why the inner work is so important. It's not only the conscious choices you make, it's the consistent unconscious choices and intentions and patterns that are running through your system that got you to be where you are today. So there's always a choice that you can make to shift something if you're not happy in the place that you are. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Hi, Darlene. Good morning. Jody, good morning. Who else is here? That's fantastic. I love you guys. So excited to be here with you. And so my number one priority in my life is my personal growth and my spiritual awakening. My inner work is the number one priority in my life. That doesn't mean it has to be yours. I'm not saying that. I'm just sharing that my number one priority in my life and my number one commitment is my personal growth, my inner work, and my spiritual awakening and expansion and growth. And having said that, that led to, and that came through certain decisions. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Inner work. Yes, inner work is the number one thing. So tuning back in and looking back into my life, one of the most prominent or most important decisions I've made, and some of you might know this already, but I want to emphasize it, was the day when I've decided that I would do whatever it takes to love myself. And I want to elaborate on that a little bit. I was 26 years old. I was highly depressed. I didn't like myself. I was comparing myself. I was merciless criticizing myself. My inner critic was a killer critic. I was in severe emotional pain. I had an eating disorder. I was binge eating, overeating. I had so many issues, and I was in such an unhappy place that I've decided I wanted to do something different. And you might know that story when I was back then on vacation with my boyfriend at the time, and I was sitting on the beach, on this beautiful beach in Thailand, white sand, ocean, palm trees, all by myself. I was sitting there. My boyfriend was walking somewhere else, and it was such a small deserted island. And because it's over 20 years ago, there was really barely anyone. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, oh my God, what an incredible day this should be. Romantic. And the only thing I was thinking and feeling was how bad I was feeling about myself, inside of myself. I was sitting there in my bathing suit and I was just feeling uncomfortable. And in that moment, I made that decision. And I will never forget that moment, because I was sitting there and I internally said to myself, I want to love myself. And I'm going to do whatever it takes. And here's the thing about it was super, super important for any decisions you make. A decision and a commitment is two different things, but they belong together. And also important that when you make a decision, it's not about you believing it's possible or not. Because back then I did not believe I could ever love myself. I didn't even know how that looks like. I had no concept of it. It was just like I knew I either gonna learn it and I feel good about myself, or I'm literally gonna take my life away. I mean, I was in urgency. I was in real pain. And that decision was profound, and I had no idea how it would look like, how I would do it. I didn't believe it. And I really want to emphasize that point. The most important thing you get to do when you really want to shift something in your life is to make a decision first. And the no matter what part is super important, because it's not going to happen just when you figure it out, when things are easy or like it's smooth or anything. No, you make a decision, you decide, and you commit to it no matter what. Then I promise you, you'll get wherever you want to go. Is it going to be easy and happen overnight? Certainly not. And if anyone tells you that, don't listen to them. And so what that led me to is then I had to figure it out somehow. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's going to be so short and sweet, and it's more about the decisions, not much about the background. And I'm going to share way, way more in the next 2 upcoming weeks. So that was one of the most important decisions. So if you're at the point in your life where you want a change, where there's something that's important to you, make a decision and commit to do whatever it takes. And whatever it takes means you go to do it no matter what. That was one. So many other decisions. So when I was tuning in this morning, when I was also meditating, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I made so many decisions. There were so many good ones. And what are the ones that are kind of like really made a huge impact in my life? And that didn't happen in certain steps, or within a week. Like, this is a lifelong journey already. One of the other decisions I made that were crucial to where I am today is that I decided to trust myself and to listen to my intuition and to my guidance. To trust myself and to live my life upon my truth and my alignment. And again, all of this is in between a lot of inner work. So trusting and living in truth and in alignment with who I wanted to be, who I knew I could be, that took a lot of inner work. I needed to let go of inner criticism, to criticize myself, let go of pleasing. I was a big pleaser. Had to let go of comparing myself, blaming, worrying, all of these things. That's the work that I've been continuously doing and still do until I leave this body. So to decide to trust myself and to live in alignment with my truth and my way of how I want it to be, without worrying about other people's opinion or if they would agree with me or not, that made a huge difference in my life. And it's an incredible, liberating, fulfilling thing to work towards. And that was not easy. That took a lot of inner work as well. But because I made the decision in the first place to do whatever it takes, that decision that came from that. So that was number 2. And the third one that I want to share with you today is, well, before I go there, one thing that came with trusting myself, living my truth, also meant to take 100% responsibility for my life. I am 100% responsibility for anything that's happening in my life, period. And I think if everyone does that, I truly believe if everyone would take more responsibility for what they are creating and what's happening inside and outside, this world would be a better place. Because we don't grow up this way, you know. And depending on how we grow up in world culture, we are so used to blame the circumstances of someone on how we feel or how we react. So taking 100% responsibility in my life and to choose that and to decide that made a huge difference as well. Not an easy one, but the most rewarding one, because it sets you free. That was actually already a decision, but let me share one more decision that made ultimately all this possible. I made the decision very early on in my journey to keep investing in myself. To keep investing in myself no matter what. When I resonated with someone, once I found someone that I really resonated, I still am deeply connected with my teachers that I work nearly now, I don't know, I have no idea, over 15 years, 18, I don't even know how long. I'm a very committed person, I'm very loyal. If I know someone resonates with me and I can really learn from them, I stick with them to this day. And so my continuous commitment to invest in myself here again, no matter what, because it's always easy to invest in yourself if you have money in your bank account or, things are easy. That's not the point. I had times in my life where I didn't even know how to pay my rent because I was just a waitress trying to get this energy work done. I really want to continue that work. And I've decided to do it no matter what. And once you made a decision and you really commit to it, there is always a way. Always, always, always a way. And I want to add something to this. Oh gosh, there's so much good stuff I want to share. And I have just a few more minutes. And come on Monday. Come join me Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. I will be live for you every day. Join me. I'm going to share so much good stuff with you. But one thing I want to share here with you real quick, and I'm going to go deeper into that because it's so crucial for any one of you who is on the path, for any one of you who is doing inner work for a long time, or they have still that belief or thought of, oh, I've done so much work already. I've done so much work already. I should be somewhere else. Or, oh, I've done so much work already. Who can resonate with that? Who can resonate with that? Let me know. So here's the thing. I was one of them for many, many years. And I was already working as a coach, healer, whatever you want to call it. And there were times when I was struggling with something and I was like so ashamed of it. So ashamed that I thought, how can I still be struggling with not feeling good enough? When I'm a self-love coach, I'm teaching this, and I should be somewhere else. It's just a continuous journey. And I remember a few years ago, I had such a low in my life that I'm going to share with you more in detail next week. And I've decided to completely surrender to it, and I never, ever said it or thought or even allowed myself to go to that place to say, I've done so much work already. I should be somewhere else. If you let go of that, your life will change, because that's what's actually holds you back from getting to a certain place. And it's not about even getting, it's about being in the process. And so that decision to let go of that story, to let go of that thought and that belief and continuous going back to, yeah, but I've done so much already. Yeah, but, and I hear this so often from some of my clients, people who come to me who want to work with me and want to find out how that works, or people who are close to me and they say, yes, but Sonia, I've done so much already. And I say, let go of that story. Let go of that story. It's not about what you've done and how much you've done. It's about you are on the journey and you are here now because there's something for you to explore and to open up, to let go of a layer that wasn't able before. And no matter how much work you've done, you are in the right place at the right time. And if you find someone that you resonate with, that can help you on that journey, you want to stick with that person. You want to stick with that person because if there's one person who gets you and can help you on that journey, that's so, so, so precious. I didn't have someone like me when I started my journey, right? So I got to jump off. I so appreciate that you're here, and I will check everything you've commented or asked me and sometime soon. I don't have a computer, it's on repair. And thank you for showing up live. Thank you for watching the replay. Leave a comment below. And please, if this was valuable to you, if there was only one little piece that was valuable to you, share it with someone. Share it with a friend, a family member, a spouse, a colleague. Share it so that you can pay it forward as well. And I'm super excited to see you next Monday. Soul Infused Holidays start on Monday. Have a fantastic start to your week, fantastic start to your day. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.